This is KLRQ, Channel 4 Digital News at 1. We begin with some breaking news in our desk at this time. The hacker of KLRQ from the turn of the millennium was found dead in his prison cell an hour ago. His cause of death has not been released to the public at this time, but it is expected to be within the coming days. This man was responsible for 3 hacking of this very television station, the first one in 1998, the second one in 2002, and the third and final in 2004. He is also responsible for other heinous acts around the same times, including the 1998 murder of a resident only identified as Stanford, the 2002 kidnapping of Macy Rosen, and the 2004 double murder of Macy Rosen and her uncle, Patrick Cooper. More details will be announced when they're released. Today is officially Black Friday, and all everybody is talking about is the hot new video game console on the scene, Sony's long-anticipated PlayStation 6, coming as the last entry into the 10th generation of game consoles after Nintendo's Switch 2 in 2025 and Microsoft's Xbox 720 in 2027. Sony went back to the drawing board with a system after a corporate shakedown purged them of some of their most controversial figures. This system sells at $350 for the digital only, but does offer a disc drive separately for $50 with purchase of the system. Other instances render the disc drive at $95. The games at launch is a stacked pool of what's what, including Gran Turismo 9, Fantavision 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, the Definitive Edition, and the cream of the crop according to the kids, Skibidi Toilet, Wacky Adventures, which is a cartoonish retelling of the beloved Skibidi Toilet meme from earlier this
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Homeland Security. All normal programming will be interrupted to broadcast this emergency. This is an attack warning. To repeat, this is an attack warning. Please pay attention to the message on your device, as it will relay information crucial to your safety. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Homeland Security. This is not a test. Several terrorist attacks have begun to take place in multiple shopping centers across the country. Armed gunmen have stormed retailers and opened fire on Black Friday shoppers, killing many in the process. At the same time, they are openly shooting at and destroying any and all pieces of popular media in said stores, seemingly targeting only media released after the turn of the millennium. These items of popular media being targeted include but are not limited to books, CDs, DVDs, and video game consoles. One of the more heinous attacks in Boston, Massachusetts saw a group of these individuals plant a C4 bomb on a display of Sony PlayStation 6 video game consoles and detonate the pile. damaging a large portion of the store and causing unknown numbers of casualties. Police were able to apprehend one of the terrorists and have released a description of the suspects. They appear to be majority Caucasian males, age range mid-40s to early 30s, wearing military fatigues and an armband with a green and pink shield on it and a green and pink clock with bloodied hands going counterclockwise. The FBI is currently looking into the group and their motives at this time. It is unknown if this is associated with any foreign or domestic terrorist group at this time. All residents across the United States are advised to return home and lock your doors immediately. Gather your family and stay indoors at all times until the all-clear is issued. The president has been briefed on the situation and is expected to speak on all stations momentarily. Until then, please stand by to your local station for news and information regarding
Citizens of the United States, I am a designated representative of the President of the United States, who is currently being moved to a safe location given the gravity of our current situation. At around 12:55 a.m. this morning, during the beginning of Black Friday shopping across the nation, multiple terrorist attacks were launched on various retailers and shopping malls across America. There is never an easy way to say this, but our nation is under attack. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has conducted an investigation into the perpetrators and found an abnormal, yet disturbing, group that is at the helms of this chaos. The terrorists are part of a domestic terrorist group known as the Hands of Time. This is a group consisting of mostly Caucasian men born in the 1980s and before 1998. According to a manifesto found online, their motive is the destruction of all traces of pop culture after the year 1999. This group has shown harsh vitriol against the youths of today and their preferred trends, with some even espousing death threats on the youth. In a dark twist to what sounds like Reggie behavior on the internet, this appears to be a full-blown operation. In another page of this manifesto, it would appear as if their final straw was the releasing of a video game for the PlayStation 6 known as Scizzie Toilet Wacky Adventures, which replaced the game Crash Bandicoot 5. According to this section of the manifesto, this action was seen as, and I quote, an egregious act of shunning older audiences in favor of Gen Alpha brain rot. The 90s kids that made gaming, music, TV, and everything else popular so loved and cherished will be ignored no more. If we cannot coexist with today's generation, then we will take our world back. My fellow Americans, this is one of the worst outcomes that we have never seen coming. We've dealt with foreign threats time and time again, and we've triumphed over domestic threats before, but this threat appears to be of a different caliber than previous ones. A group of disgruntled individuals identifying solely with the decade they grew up in. They see no humanity past this point. I am asking all residents to keep the families of the victims in your prayers, as well as to practice vigilance during this time. If you see anybody wearing a white armband with a green and pink shield bearing a pink and green clock with bloodied arms, do not confront them. They have shot and killed many that got in their way. If one or many of them approach you, surrender immediately. Do not attempt to fight them. They are heavily armed. Stay safe, and God bless the United States of America.
That has been a message from a representative of the President of the United States. At this time, stay indoors and do not leave your shelter for any reason. Avoid all shopping centers. If one or multiple members of the Hands of Time approach you, surrender immediately. The National Guard will be deployed within the hour to neutralize the situation. You are listening to the emergency alert system. Do not use the telephone. The telephone lines must be kept open for emergency use only.
This is KLRQ with breaking news at this time. The United States of America is under attack by a previously unknown domestic terrorist group. The group, identified as the Hands of Time, is a group of mostly Caucasian men born between the early mid-1980s and 1996. This group has an intense hatred for pop culture after 1999, as well as those who enjoy such examples of pop culture, particularly internet trends. According to their manifesto, the immediate cause for this attack appears to be the release of the video game Scizzie Toilet Wacky Adventures as a launch title for Sony's PlayStation 6, which had replaced the fifth installment of the Crash Bandicoot franchise as an immediate launch title. So far, hundreds are presumed dead and damage to property is believed to be in the millions. KLRQ has suspended normal programming and will continue to follow the situation through the night.